And live chat. We're live. It says excellent connection and we're live.
Right.
Yeah. You're good. Hey, Bethany's here. She says, hello, my favorite tea and crumpets.
Hello.
Ringers are rung and mods are here. Good morning. Oh, Stacy says hello. Sapphire Jade says good morning. Angel says hi. Art's Awesome says hello. Lara says hi. Gyro Gamer says hi. Maxo the Freak says hi.
Hello.
And Sashwat says hi. And Pink Flame says hello. And Ramade says welcome back. And Steph Nerd says morning.
Good morning.
Brandy B says welcome back.
Thank you.
Warrior Cats Anna says hello. Graham says hi from Louisiana. Potato Llama says hey. Chazlove says hi. It's
Hello.
Chick says hi. How are you guys?
We're doing good, thank you.
Ed says hello from Scotland. Midnight Bunny says hello. No Name says oh my god hi from Scotland. Ellie Campbell says hey. Vendez Plays says hi.
Hello.
I Am Your True Saver says hello. Seismic Sylveon says yo. Noodleman says hi from Thailand. Cherry says hello from Norway.
Hello.
Deanna says morning, and Emmy says hi, and Just Here says hi. And oh my gosh, so many of you already. Vicky Lynn says good morning, welcome back. I have to catch up later since I'm at work. Good to see you back, Scott and Donna.
Good morning, have a great day at work.
And Bethany says it's been a while since I've been able to type my welcome message. I missed it. Melody says hi, Scott. Hope you're doing well today.
Thank you.
Mocha says hi hello from Texas. First stream I get to watch live.
Welcome.
Mwika says good afternoon. It's 4 p.m. here in Zambia.
Wow.
Hello from Malaysia. James says hello. How are you guys?
Doing good, doing good.
You're so inspiring. Hello,
thank
welcome
you.
back.
So I did not like the drawing that I had, and I had a different idea. So I'm going to...
Anne Marie says, good morning, my dear friends. I'm pup sitting and no amount of puppy cuddles can make up for all the trouble she's giving me. Oh, I beg to differ. I miss puppy cuddles. Hello from India. Good evening. Ray says, hello, Scott and Donna. Amazing mods. Good evening from the Philippines. Hello from Ohio. Oh my God, there's so many of you.
Hello
From Cologne, Germany. Hi, Scott. We missed you.
I missed you all
from,
too.
Let's see, the Philippines and Lebanon and welcome backs and...
I had an idea.
Oh.
I need something predictable just to kind of ease myself back in. And so I like these little watercolor blocks.
Wait, turn it the right way and show them how big it is.
It is
10 centimeters by 25 centimeters, which
or
is 3.9 inches by 9.8
9.8 inches. So it's small, right? But I like it. And I could just do like a quick little painting. And so I thought of an alphabet thing. And so I thought I would do a series of 80s music alphabet. Mm-hmm. And so I was going to do Aerosmith for A. But then I thought, no, for me, Aerosmith is either more 70s or 90s.
Really?
And yeah. And so I'm going to do... what is it? Morten. What does it say up there? Harket. Morten Harket, the lead singer for. And so this is, I think. So I had drawn out. What you guys just saw me erase was this one.
Which I thought was really cute.
Yeah, but I think I want to do like half of a face. So I am gonna do that one. I think looks really kind of cute. So I think it'll kind of look. I don't know. I'm gonna see.
Okay, so for all of you that are putting people into the chat, Scott's not going to see it here. If there's a musician that you think would fit in with what he's going to do,
so right now here's what I have. I'm for sure doing Aha for A. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely doing Bon Jovi for B. I'm doing Cyndi Lauper for C and Duran Duran for D. Those are E. I'm not sure. Right now I'm leaning towards Eurythmics, Annie Lennox, though ELO or Erasure would be good ones too.
Yeah.
See, that would kind of look nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Half of a face there.
Yeah.
But I do like the smile here, but I just don't know how that would look like that. I don't know if that is...
It's not technically half a face.
Yeah. All right. We'll do half the face like that. And I got the hair and everything, which is kind of cool.
Okay, I'm going to read this one from Hudson. It says, when I got the live notification, I almost cried tears of joy. I'm so glad you're back and feeling better.
Oh, thank you. All right. Let me get set up. Let me get the photo reference ready.
So go easy on the hard questions today. We're back and we're going to be a little slow because we need to get our sea legs back. How do you set up your camera to focus on the paper without getting in your way? Is it on a long arm?
It is. It's on a tripod, like a standing tripod because I'm standing, and it is off to the side and angled.
Yep. Which
So
is why
it's still in my peripheral vision, but you just kind of have to work around it.
Rivi sent you a tip and says, yay,
Oh,
Scott,
thank
with a little
you.
heart. A lot of people are like, hey, we missed you.
Missed you too. All right.
I'm supposed to finish a painting, but I have no motivation. Can you help with any tips?
If you're just not motivated to finish a painting, maybe you should try doing shorter paintings. Like this is going to be an hour painting. Unless this is when you said supposed to, if it's like an assignment, I would say get an audiobook and just listen to an audiobook and, have fun.
There's a video on where Scott gets his photo reference, and it's in the Art Hacks playlist on our website. You can check that out. Gail's here. Hi, Gail.
Hey, Gail.
No. Peace Everywhere says hi from India. Me and my dad love your videos.
Oh, thank you.
That's cute. It's almost midnight here in Australia, and I saw the notification and I had to watch. So glad Scott's back.
Oh, thanks.
How do you get good at drawing stuff you can't?
Drawing every day. You just practice.
Yeah, people are like, practice. Bethany said practice. So let's see. Bug says, do you have any advice for getting back into sketching? I enjoy drawing characters in notebooks, but I've been struggling with it.
I did a series called Draw Everything Every Day. That might help. And there's also another series of figure drawing.
Mm-hmm. I'm eating, so sorry. Let's see. Oh, I lost the question. Where did it go? Oh, what do you use to edit your videos?
Oh, Adobe Premiere.
And how do you edit your videos?
Very carefully.
There you go. Where did you find these?
Paper?
No. These pictures. You Googled them, right?
Oh, yeah. I just Googled. I literally found this one 2 minutes before I started the live. Literally. I was looking at another one, and
Yeah.
I had already drawn it last night.
Mm-hmm. Do you listen to records?
I do. I got a record player from YouTube, and I listen to records. I don't listen to them that often because it's just so much easier to turn on Spotify.
Sapphire Jade sent you a very nice tip.
Oh, thank
It says,
you.
Scott, have you ever listened to lo-fi music? It helps me focus for my sewing and drawing. Give the radio station a try. It's here on YouTube.
I have. I really do like the lo-fi stuff. It's really nice.
Do I like it? I don't think I like it.
I don't
very
think
much.
you've listened to it much.
Do you have any recommendations for good podcasts and where to listen to them?
The only, depending on what you like to listen to, the only ones I've listened to were The Bancroft brothers, they talk about animation. And there's V Interesting for Under the Desk News.
Yep.
They're really good, but Donna's really the podcast person.
Depends on what you're listening to, what you want to listen to. I listen to podcasts for productivity. I listen to podcasts for information.
Books.
I listen to, some book podcasts. I listen to, there's a really good one called Soul and Wit. I also listen to the Wolf Connection podcast. They talk about wolf conservation. That's really good. I have kind of just a plethora of them. So it just depends on what you're looking for. Tracy KD says, now that you're back, Scott, I wanted to share that I was so delighted to receive the Spidey Gwen piece, working on getting it framed with UV protective glass.
Oh, that's fantastic. Congratulations. I'm so glad she has a nice home.
This person wants to know how your break went.
It was difficult, but I'm doing good. Donna and I actually had a very good day yesterday.
He's doing much better. Much better.
So what do you think? Does it look like him?
Yeah, I like it.
You could start inking?
The eye maybe needs a little work.
Okay.
On the upper lid, but aside from that, and I mean, it looks fine to me.
Okay. I still miss having music.
Yeah. Tell everybody what you're painting.
So I thought I would try doing like an 80s music alphabet. And so for day one, I'm doing Aha.
Scott has been playing a lot of Zelda.
Yeah, a lot of Zelda. I poor Princess Zelda. She's been waiting for me to save her for a while, and I'm just doing every single side quest.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. He never did that before. Let's see. Okay, so for all of you that are asking for tips on alcohol markers and all of that kind of stuff, there's a playlist, and it is products we've reviewed.
Well, there's also a markers playlist.
Right,
too.
and a markers playlist. And so all of the stuff that Scott's reviewed and all the markers he's played with, which is a plethora of them, would be there. Let's see. Moon Viber. I have the bell on and I get other people's live notifications, but not you. I only get it from the Discord. Do you know why? When you hit the bell, you have to hit all notifications or select notifications. So check and see if you have all notifications on. If you have all notifications on, I have no idea why. Sapphire Jade sent you another tip. And says,
Sapphire.
Currently working on a Castlevania Nocturne inspired painting. Have you ever heard of Ayami Kojima? She was the artist for the CV video games. Give her a look. It's amazingly beautiful.
Oh, no, I haven't, but thank you. I will. Sorry, I'm just readjusting the
you're good.
camera to record. And all right, let's try inking.
Dalton got the 120 set of Artbeak markers and reorganized them like you did. They wanted to match you. Let's see.
So I am still rusty with my line work.
He's working on it. He'll be fine. Let's see. Lots of people are happy that you're back.
Thank you.
Let's see. So great that you're back. We missed you.
Missed you too.
Hogwarts Legacy is a good game to play. Do you still have your Artbeak markers?
Hold on, let me look. No, it looks like I gave them away. I kept the Ohuhus.
We have quite a bit of space now that we've given a bunch of stuff away. Do you think digital art is considered cheating?
No, of course not. Digital art is wonderful.
Are you going to do all of the paintings as half the face?
Yeah, I thought it would look kind of cool. And then I thought I could make a poster of it. Would be kind of fun.
Are you going to do all of them as half the face?
Yes. I only had the idea last night, so in my mind it kind of looks cool. We'll see.
Would you want to add a letter in the corner of the painting to indicate the place in the series?
I don't know. I've never been good with hand-drawn letters, so we will see.
When was the first day you decided you love art?
I honestly don't know. Probably in high school.
Are you planning to watch the new season of Good Omens?
Yes. Yeah. I just haven't got around to it yet.
Have you ever played Animal Crossing?
I opened it up. I'm not really one to, like Sims or anything like that, where you kind of have to live a life and build a thing. Never really interested me that much, but I think it looks adorable.
So many people missed you and are saying welcome back.
Oh, thank you.
Scott's using right now a zebra brush pen, and we get them on jetpens.com. Scott tried so many different art styles before coming up with how he liked to do his art.
Yeah, there's a video called My Art is a Mosaic. Mm-hmm. If you want to see that, it might help kind of explain a little bit about all of my influences and whatnot.
Is the new Zelda worth it?
I love it.
How do you use a watercolor block without mixing it up loads?
Mixing it up loads?
Andrew, can you give us more details on your, what do you mean watercolor block?
This is a watercolor block.
No, I know, but
I don't understand the mixing it up.
Exactly.
Loads.
I don't know what you mean. Are you asking about, what are you asking about? Oh, Scott, may I ask what you would do if your best friend doesn't talk to you as much and always leaves without saying goodbye?
That's happened. I mean, I'm 53. I've lost a lot of best friends. Sometimes just friends just grow apart. It's sad. And I've fought hard to try to keep them or whatnot, but sometimes people just want to move on. And you can't stop them from doing that. And here's the thing, you don't want to change who you are for somebody else. If someone's asking you to be a better person, that's fine. I think good friends will tell you when you're being a jerk. But if someone is going in a different direction and they won't be your friend unless you go in that direction with them, and you don't feel comfortable being that type of person, don't.
I'm glad you're back.
I'm glad to be back too.
But sometimes I'm trying to grow as an artist, and sometimes it just doesn't work out, and I get frustrated. Any tips for that might help?
You are an artist because we all feel like that. You're doing the right thing. We never feel like it's working out. We never feel like, I don't want to say never. Every once in a while, you kind of go, ooh, that actually kind of worked out pretty well. But it's very few and far between. Your struggle is the struggle of an artist. Embrace that.
What do you recommend a beginner artist should draw first?
Everything around them. Don't draw out of your head. Draw the world around you.
Yep. Coffee cups and salt shakers and shoes and...
Yeah.
Would you consider that you have a different lifestyle than others, or do you feel like you live the same as most people?
I think my life is tailored around my I don't want to say disability or the autism, because I only just discovered that I was autistic a year ago. But I think over the years I've tailored my life around what makes me happy and the way that I function the best. And so I don't work a 9-to-5 job. I haven't in 20 years. And so I think in a lot of ways that is different.
Are you making another large painting? And if so, when?
I did start one, and I was going to do the dragon one. So I was looking at doing this one. I got out the paper. I kind of worked out the measurements and everything, but it was too much for me at this point. So right now I am just going to focus on little paintings and go from there. I think it's, especially when you're coming back from a long break, I think it's good to not take on something too big.
Do something easy.
Do something easy. You know, this painting is going to take me less than an hour. It's very easy. I'm just looking at a photo. I'm not designing anything. I'm not, working up some ideas or thumbnails or anything like that. I'm not going to do anything special.
Yes, we know Avatar: The Last Airbender, and we have watched all the shows.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite.
Attic Art sent you a tip. Thank you for being open about your break. I got back from an artful vacation into a rough place and immediately felt imposter syndrome creeping back in. Your videos reminded me to give myself a little grace. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad it helped.
And Faded sent you a tip and said, crazy question. If you were disabled and digital media, Photoshop or other was your medium, do you think you would have the same style?
If I was to what?
If you were disabled, and digital media, Photoshop or other was your medium, do you think you would have the same style?
I think disabilities really affect your styles. I think anything, whether it's a physical or mental disability, is going to affect who you are as a person and how you see the world. I had a friend in art school. His name was Carlos, and he came from El Salvador. And this was the 80s, and there was a lot of war going on back there. Yeah. And his art was very dark.
It was dark. I remember that.
He saw a lot of things that someone 19 years old shouldn't have seen. Yeah. And he wasn't even, that I know of, disabled. Mm-hmm. It's
everything you go through affects you one way or another.
And your disabilities are your experiences. They shape you. And so I think regardless of whether it's digital or traditional, your disabilities are going to change your art style.
Could you perhaps in the future talk about how someone interested in animation, 2D and 3D could start learning and how to set up a personal portfolio?
I would highly recommend checking out the Bancroft Brothers podcast, because that is what they talk about. And
all the time.
Yeah, and you know they are Disney animators. They're friends of mine, and I'm in one of the episodes. If you want to start with that one, but you know we don't talk about traditional animation much. But seriously, that is a great place to start.
I'm sketching a portrait right now, but the proportions look too cartoony. Do you have any tips so I can make it look more semi-realistic?
Trace it. If you're having a hard time doing it freehand, try tracing it. All artists will do that, especially if they're doing a project, a professional project, that they have to get the proportions right. Trace it.
Question. I started my business and opened my website for my art. I've posted about my new business and I haven't gotten an order yet. I'm getting unmotivated to keep it up. Do you have any tips?
It's very hard. You know, if it helps you, I have nearly 3 million followers. I haven't had an order in weeks. You know, we don't get enough orders to make really a difference, really. And I price my art to really just give away, and I give away a lot of art too. So
yeah, we've given a lot of art away.
You know, think about that. It's very difficult, almost impossible, I would say, to make a living selling art. It really is. There might be one or two people who, you know, just happen to hit. Their art is just kind of clicking with people, and people are buying their art. But it is not how artists really make their money.
I was having a hard time at school as I had come out as trans, and your video on the trans woman in the hair journal made me feel welcome and safe.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm sorry you're having such a hard time.
We're sorry to hear that.
I mean, look, school is hard enough as it is.
Yeah.
To do what you did was very brave.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
You know, just know that you're loved and you're always welcome here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we wish we could give you a big hug.
So this is what I don't like about the arches, and it's going to keep bothering me, is it's so bumpy that the line work is not as smooth as when I was doing the hot press.
Yeah.
The problem is I like how the watercolor goes over the bumpiness. Yeah. But I like the line work on the hot press. And so it is really tough for me to
this is 3.9 by 9.5 paper size. The Great Verity says, I've been wondering recently if I could have ASD. As someone who was diagnosed late in life, do you think that it's worth getting diagnosed, or would it provide more problems than solutions?
I don't think it provided any problems so much as answers. You are who you are. If you find out that you're autistic or that you have ADHD or something, it will help you understand why you're the way that you are. So for me, it was really good. I do feel imposter syndrome. I do feel like I shouldn't be talking about autism because, you know, I've lived an entire life, 53 years before I was diagnosed, being perfectly fine, so to speak, you know, and now suddenly I'm autistic and, you know, what am I doing wearing headphones and why am I, you know, and so you feel like an imposter, but really what it is it's coming to terms with, I've always been struggling with these things, and now I know why, and I have the tools to make it easier for myself. I don't need to struggle anymore. And so it's helpful. It really is. But you have to go in it with that in mind.
It's also helpful, I think, for the people around you to know what you're dealing with and to know what so many things clicked. And actually, up until even fairly recently, Scott and I've had some really long conversations about the way we interact with each other and the way he reacts to things. And it's been very, very helpful for me to look back on things and see, oh, this is why you do this and this is why you do that. And it's just, it's helpful.
We've been having a lot of conversations where she'll say, this is how it is for me. And I go, that's not how it is for me. And so it's like, for the first time in both of our lives, we're comparing notes because until you're diagnosed, you just think that, well, this is normal.
You think everybody feels the same thing.
Hears all of these sounds and feels these things. And, you know, and when you realize this, now Donna and I can compare notes. And she's like the control and I'm the experiment.
Yeah, that's funny. It's true. How do you cope with the hot weather?
I like hot weather, but I'm also
I hate it.
I'm half Middle Eastern, I'm half Assyrian, and I'm half Sicilian. So on my, for me, my ancestors are from very hot climates.
I'm half Italian. This is ridiculous.
Yeah,
though.
but I think you're Northern Italian, aren't you?
No, I'm not Northern Italian.
You might as well be Swedish.
Oh God, no. I am fair enough to be Swedish. That's not funny. Yeah. How do you cope with the bullies without provoking them?
For me, it's avoiding them. It's
walk away, hide them.
Here's the thing: bullies bully because they're in pain, because they have no home life, because they need something, and they get it when you react. So don't give them anything. Don't look at them. Don't talk to them. Just live your life without them. They should be inconsequential to you.
Easier said than done.
Of course. Sometimes they just seek you out.
I have a friend that is considering about not wanting to do art anymore because he is being discouraged and says that so many people are way better than him. What should I say to keep him doing art?
Show them my work and let them know that everybody was better than me in high school or in school as well. And everybody that was better than me is no longer making art, but I am. And the difference is not how good you are at your age.
Perseverance.
It's perseverance. It's who sticks with it. Yep. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
There is a video on Art Block. You can Google that. It's in the Art Hacks playlist. There's also a video on picking photo reference. Scott goes into detail on that. There's also a video on developing your art style called My Art is in a Mosaic, also in the Art Hacks playlist.
I'm wondering if I should order a hot press version from Blick.
Who are you, person who asks the questions? Well, it's me, of course.
That's my wife, Donna.
Okay. Tips for watercolor. There are so many tips that you can find in the videos that Scott's done, and you can rewatch some of the lives that he's done watercolor in, and those
I think in the Art Hacks playlist, there's one that's everything you need to know or everything you wanted to know about watercolor. But these are 1 minute short, so keep that in mind. The other thing you can do if you want to learn watercolor is watch the lives. You can go back and watch any of the lives and watch what I do. And there are people who are asking questions, and I'll answer them and see if that helps. But you can, kind of watch me in real time. Just like today, you can watch me.
I suspect I have autism too. It's tough having these realizations as an adult, but it's so good to learn to accommodate yourself.
Yeah, it is.
Scott doesn't have to answer this, but I have anxiety and I really struggle to understand how my friends, family, and peers really feel. Do you have any tips to calm my doubt?
You have anxiety?
And they struggle to understand how friends, family, and peers really feel. I would just ask them how they feel. You really can't know what anybody else
or maybe they're
is
having a
feeling.
hard time reading faces, reading emotions and whatnot. I mean, that could be an autism thing. Really, like what Donna says, asking is always the best thing.
Mm-hmm. Don't assume how somebody feels.
Yeah.
You know? Are you going to make any Barbie movie paintings?
I think I'm going to avoid any of the movie stuff until the strike is over. Because it could be perceived that that's considered promoting the film. Mm-hmm. And
yeah, we're not going to do that.
We work in films, mm-hmm. and so we want to support the actors and the writers.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Do you have separate brushes for your gouache and watercolor?
I do. I didn't before, but I found that I like flat brushes for watercolor.
No, gouache.
For gouache, and the round brushes for watercolor.
Let's see. Okay, the person who keeps asking about making things look more realistic, trace it. That was Scott's comment, was to trace it. Were you going through burnout?
I was getting burnt out, and to be perfectly honest, I still kind of am, I mean, we were originally going 7 days a week. We were going live. I was mm-hmm. posting every single day. Then we cut it down to 5 days a week, and then we cut it down to 3 days a week. Mm-hmm. But, I've been doing this for 3 years. Donna's been doing this mm-hmm. with me for 2 years. And it's a lot to keep coming up with ideas, to keep coming up with...
You started in at the end of 2020.
It was August of 2020.
And I joined you in February of 2021.
Wow.
Yeah.
So two and a half years.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the thing is that
long time.
It is a lot. But on top of that, I also took the time to try to get some help with my panic attacks, mm-hmm. with understanding autism. I went on new medication. Well, I've never been on medication. I went on medication mm-hmm. to try to help, and then I had a very bad reaction to it.
It was not good.
So we're trying to, get me healthy, and there's been some good positive stuff that happened, but it was a rough few weeks. Mm-hmm. And I missed making art, but I just wasn't in a place to do it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Lula's back. Hey, Lula.
Hi, Lula.
The tea person. I've been struggling with depression for 4 years now, and I'm finally starting to get better. I'm slowly working on it. I'm not having bad thoughts anymore, and I'm more confident about who I am.
That's fantastic.
That's perfect. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's never a bad thing to reach out and get help when you feel sad or when you have questions or when you're asking about things or looking at things in your life. It's really important to get the help that you need. Yeah. I mean, I can't tell you guys how many times over the last month or so that we've looked at each other and said, we didn't have the resources available to us back when we were kids that are available now.
Yeah.
And we're not sad about it because at the time, that's just the way that it is, and that's just how it is. But what we look at now is we think, and we've said this, I don't know, infinite number of times, is know better, do better. So you learn new things. You learn new ways to cope with things. Like Scott going out, he always brings his headphones now. And ironically, sometimes, I keep a little pair of loop headphones in my bag too, and it helps with anxiety for me. And I never had anxiety before the whole pandemic stuff happened. I had a little bit of anxiety for certain things, but only like if I was going to take a test or I was going to do something. But man, full blown anxiety, it's ridiculous. And these things hurt people and they make your life hard. So if you can get help and help is offered, you should totally get help,
Yeah.
Oh, Ryan says we finally had our son's autism assessment. Doesn't look like he has autism, but possibly some ADHD, and it's been forwarded to the pediatrician. That's good.
Yeah. Just knowing is all you really need.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can figure out how to work with things. It's so much better when you know. What is imposter syndrome and how do you keep motivated for drawing?
So imposter syndrome is feeling like you don't belong somewhere. So say I got invited to be in a gallery and everybody's so good and I'm looking at myself going, I don't belong here. My work I'm nowhere near good enough. That's imposter syndrome. But you can feel imposter syndrome for, being in a class like an advanced class or something like that, or whatnot. For me, I get imposter syndrome all the time with my art, but
every day.
Yeah, but with the autism, I have friends like on TikTok and here on YouTube. She goes by Sound of the Forest. She is, we'll say, very autistic. She needs what does she call it?
Assistance?
An advocate. When she goes to the doctor, she can't live on her own. She has meltdowns where she's just completely
she's frozen,
incapacitated. She's
frozen.
Looks like she's having convulsions and whatnot. So for her, autism is way different than me. I lived 53 years without knowing, and so
you developed really heavy duty coping skills
and masking and whatnot out of necessity.
Yes,
but because I'm capable of doing these things, even though it's very uncomfortable for me, I feel like an imposter for saying, okay, I'm going to start wearing headphones in public. I'm going to start avoiding crowds. I'm going to do these things. I'm going to do because it's like everybody who's known me my entire life says, well, it never bothered you before. And I go, it did. I just didn't know that it was only bothering me. I thought it bothered everybody. I thought this was
the norm.
And
people just ignored it.
But they're like, but you were able to exist as a normal person all of this time. Why are you now... No one's asked me this, but this is what I think people are thinking. Why are you now acting autistic? You know what I'm saying? And so that is imposter syndrome. That is feeling like I don't deserve the extra help. I don't deserve any special attention or anything like that. And
and I think that you're wrong. I think that, and because I grew up at the exact same time that you did, so I know that we didn't have accommodations when we were kids.
No.
I know we couldn't go to our teachers and say, I need another 30 minutes to do this test because my anxiety is off the charts.
Yeah.
Or I am not comfortable with the sounds in the room. Can I do something different? We didn't have those accommodations and we didn't know about those things.
Yeah.
So for me, seeing you, I feel bad sometimes because we've been married 30 years, okay? And for 29 of those 30 years, I didn't know he had anything. I just was like,
neither of us did.
I thought you were hypochondriac because you were like always had these weird pains you were feeling, and I thought you were antisocial, And I'm like, oh my God, so many things make so much more sense now.
Yeah.
And
We
I don't
look
push
back
you to
and
do
we
things.
look at people's birthday parties, and
Yeah.
I was off in the corner just staying away
Dinners
from
with
everybody.
friends that you
Yeah.
didn't want to be a part of and things like that. But you know what? You could do one of two things. You could beat yourself up because you feel like you don't deserve to wear headphones in public. Or you can say, you know what? I can go out. It's like our Disney trip we took back in January. You were able to, for the very first time, you were like, I'd really like to go sit and draw. I want to go somewhere quiet and sit and draw. And I went off and I went to the tea place. Remember at Epcot, you were sitting there, and I went back to the tea place and I was looking around and I was doing a few other things. And then I came back and I sat with you. You were able to articulate, no, I'm not going to power through. I need this.
Yeah.
And that's really the best gift you can give yourself, is saying, this is what I need right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you shouldn't feel bad about it. Nobody should feel bad about it.
The question was, what is?
Yeah, that was the question, but still.
Yeah.
Do I have any tea this morning? Oh, Abby. You're so adorable. Yes, I have my second or third cup of the Harrods Knightsbridge blend, which used to be their strong breakfast tea. There is a video on the difference between cold press and hot press paper. But cold press is bumpy paper and hot press is smooth paper.
Yeah.
Let's see. Did you get what you needed from your break?
I got some of what I needed from my break. We will see if it definitely helped, but I think a lot of the break was in reaction to new medication or just medication for the first time.
Yeah. You don't do medicine well.
And how I was feeling on it. And so I did need a break. There was burnout, but really it was a reaction to that.
You need a week in Hawaii on a beach. That's what you need. Oh, wait, that's what I need.
And a movie deal.
Yeah. I love you two's relationship. Could you give some tips for a successful relationship?
Communication.
God, just don't stop talking.
Be honest with what you need. And the other thing is...
And don't get mad at the other person.
Well, the other thing is make a plan to be better together. You don't want to be the same people, because we met when we were 18 and 19 years old. We're not the same people. We're better people. We're
100%.
constantly improving, constantly learning. You want to do that together. Relationships, I think, fail when one person grows and another person stagnates.
Yeah.
And
that's huge.
It's been I'm always the one. I'm the early adopter, as Donna always calls me. I'm always the one to say, hey, we should do this, or hey, we should try that, or
I'm always the one who digs my heels in and goes, no, I'm not going to change.
Yeah,
you can't change me.
And she fights me and whatever, but eventually she comes around, and she does because she loves me. And
the crux of it is I hate admitting that he's right. So I will dig my heels in for long enough for him to realize that I don't think he's right. And then when I do realize he's right, I go, "Rest a friend of random stupid husband."
Well, but the thing is that she knows that her resistance to change is overpowered by her desire to be a better person.
Yeah.
And to be with me.
Yeah.
And so it's that's been our relationship, and
literally me kicking and screaming and him dragging me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's just been who I always am, is I'm always looking in the future and doing the therapy and everything now. I'm for the first time looking back into my past, into my childhood. And so we're kind of reversing roles right now, because I'm the one who's looking at all of that now.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Logan got a 72 pack of Prismacolor pencils.
Oh, nice.
How do you, when you work with gouache, do you do light to darks, and how do you do skin tones?
No, and there's a video on that. And I think that's like everything you want to know about gouache or something. But I actually work mid-tones. So like say your flesh tones, and then I do the shadows, and then I finish off with the highlights.
Normal printer paper is not hot press or cold press. It's just printer paper, and it's not thick enough to be used with watercolor. So don't think you're going to be able to use printer paper out of the printer with watercolor.
But if you're looking for a comparison, normal printer paper would be closer to hot press as far as smoothness, texture.
I am not an artist, but I journal. And boy, howdy, let me tell you, have I needed to journal a lot.
Oops, I forgot to hit record again.
Uh-oh.
That's okay. I didn't miss too much.
I think there's a possibility that I have ADHD or autism, but I always feel like it's not legit because I haven't been diagnosed. I would love to get diagnosed, but I don't know how to get it done.
Talk to your general practitioner, your doctor. They can recommend a place. It's a process. It costs a little bit of money, because I don't think insurance really covers it.
Yeah.
But if you feel that you need to, you could talk to your doctor. And if you have a good doctor, they'll honestly help you out, and say if they think it's worth the effort, we'll say.
Many neurodivergent people who get diagnosed late feel that imposter syndrome.
Well, that's good to know.
Wouldn't a focus on healthcare in general be more needed than a bunch diagnosis? No, and I'll tell you why. Because focusing on your overall health is important. I would not say that focusing on your health isn't important. I mean, if you want to take vitamins or whatever you want to do, or you want to exercise and, eat right, all those things are good. However, when you go through life and you're dealing with something that is not a neurotypical thing, when you're dealing with something that you have different, I don't know how to explain this. It's just, I've seen a difference in how Scott is able to go through life and deal with things, knowing and coming from that perspective. I deal with him and I recognize problems that I've had with him, that a light bulb's gone on over my head, and I'm going, oh, this is why he acts this way. This is why he says these things or feels this way. And
it's the difference between arguing about something and knowing the cause of it.
Yes, that's a good way to put it.
The thing is that a lot of this, Donna saying for 30 years we've been married, saying, I just don't understand why you don't.
Yes.
Whatever that is.
Yes.
Now she could go, yeah, I totally understand why you don't. And she doesn't get as mad because she knows that my brain doesn't think that way.
I don't get mad at all. I just try to figure out a way to deal with it.
Yeah.
I try to find a way around what we're dealing with. Faded sent you a ridiculously large tip and said, okay, here's an artist question.
Thank you.
With watercolor, do you ink, pencil, or erase the sketch? I enjoy all, but the simplicity in mind while coloring distracts me from the outline of what may be needed.
Well, as you can see, I did my pencil sketch, and then I'm going to erase it. You're inking, if you're going to do inking, your inking is going to be stylized. It's not, we're not going for realism. I'm not going for, what you see in a pencil drawing. And so I'm going to totally erase those lines. And I think I'm finally done. The hair is definitely going to be the funnest part of the 80s.
Does that answer your question, Faded? Let me know. Can you give me some advice when you feel worried to talk to your school's teachers about someone or something, please? There's got to be
do you have
somebody.
a school counselor that you can talk to?
There's got to be somebody there that you feel comfortable talking to about whatever it is.
Find a teacher that will listen to you. Find a teacher that understands you. And again, if you have a school counselor and they're good at their job, they should be able to help you.
What's some tips for a successful relationship with someone that isn't neurotypical?
I'll let you. Again, we've been together for 35 years.
Yeah.
And only one of those years did we even know that was a thing.
Yep.
So
we're just learning what it means for him to have this diagnosis now. But I will tell you that the way I deal with Scott now, especially in this last month or so that we've been dealing with his reaction to medicine and things like that, and sitting and having these really, really in-depth conversations about how he's feeling, and me looking at him going, that's not how I feel when I don't like to use the word normal ever, because I think everybody is their own version of normal. At least now that's what I think. And I think that I call him neurospicy because Bethany and came up with neurospicy, and I like it. And it's just different. It doesn't make me right and him wrong. It doesn't make him right and me wrong. It's just different. But patience, I think, and really looking at it from your partner's perspective, because 30 years of being with him, and all of a sudden I'm realizing, oh my God, this is how you see the world. This is how you feel when you have a headache or a cold or a pain in your shoulder or whatever it is. And it's just like, oh my God, it's just, the only way I can describe it is a light bulb goes on over your head, and you just deal with your person differently. And communication is the biggest thing. Ask them, how do you feel today? Ask them, we're going to go here, or we're supposed to do this. Is that okay with you? So, I don't know. I hope that helps. But communication really is the biggest thing. Okay, so we're also going to tell you, we're not therapists in any way, shape, or form. Okay,
we're just people
learning,
trying to figure stuff out.
Exactly. We're figuring all of this out, and we're sharing it with you guys in the hopes that it makes other people feel safe. And we don't want you to think that we have everything figured out, because that is the farthest thing from the truth. But we are constantly trying to be better than we were yesterday. That's all we're doing. If I wake up in the morning and I can feel a little bit better and support him a little bit better than I did the day before, I've done my job. And honestly, I'm working on day 3 of a migraine, and instead of me taking care of him for the last 3 days, he's been taking care of me, going, are you okay? Do you need anything? Can I get you an ice pack? It's just a give and take, guys. That's life.
That's marriage.
Yeah, that's being a partner. So I'm going to tell you that if you feel depressed, if you feel sad, please talk to somebody. Don't feel self-conscious about reaching out.
There's
don't.
The suicide hotline.
There is. I think it's 988 if you're in the United States. I think that's the new suicide hotline. If you're depressed, if you're down, if you need somebody to talk to, please get help. Talk to somebody. Yeah, this person, speaking from experience and from friends, we all got a lot of imposter syndrome since almost all of us had ADHD that flew under the radar. Yeah, it's true.
All right, blow dryer. Yay!
Yay! This person is speaking from experience and from friends. We all got a lot of imposter syndrome since almost all of us had ADHD that flew under the radar. Yeah, it's true. All right, blow dryer. Yay! 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 All right, blow dryer.
can still do the muting when I say blow dryer too.
I can? Hold on. Where do I do the muting?
It's the...
Is it over here?
Hold on.
Gosh dang it. Where is it? It's over here under this audio
just
thing.
click
Just
audio.
click that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It should work. Tell me if this works. Blow dryer.
Hold on. Okay. Okay, can you guys hear us again?
Well, it would have heard through your microphone, but it
Oh,
shouldn't have been
okay.
as loud.
Okay. Okay. All right. We talked about the normal printer paper. Oh, Emma put the number down for the UK. Thanks, Emma. Appreciate that. Yes, the magical sound is a grandfather clock that Scott inherited from his dad. Oh, and Richard's here. Hey, Richard.
Hey, Richard.
Lila says, I've always tried to tell people that everybody's brain works differently, and when we're not seeing eye to eye, and it always surprises me how many people don't understand what I mean by that. Yeah. Yeah. It's a thing. It's a thing. Yeah, Scott's always been an artist. I am not an artist, but I do like to write. The hair looks amazing. The blow dryer everyone needs. You guys are so funny. Do your sons like doing art? No, they have run the other direction for art.
I think they saw how tough it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, this is a new blow dryer. Scott stole it from me, which means at some point before winter hits, I'll have to get a new hair dryer. So there you go. I'm okay with the blow dryer noise. It's part of the ambiance. You're funny, Ryan. Wouldn't it be lovely if we would give each other this compassion and effort without diagnosis? I'm not being critical.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
You know what? It's true. It's 100% true. It's hard though, because like when we were younger and I would want to go hang out with my friends and their husbands, and Scott didn't have anything in common with these people at all. I mean, when I say nothing, I mean literally mean nothing. And I was like, well, just come on. You're going to want to, if you want to do it just do it for me, right? Just come and hang out and do it for, they're nice guys. And they were nice people, but he had
You're
nothing.
talking hours and hours and hours of just...
He had nothing in common with them, and he doesn't make small talk, and it was a long time that we were out, and it was difficult for him. But...
And you feel bad because, you being me, feel bad because you're like, well, everybody else seems to be totally okay sitting around talking about the weather.
Yeah, they shot the bull for hours with
they're
saying nothing.
Accountants or this or that or whatever, and you're just like, I have nothing to talk about. Yeah. And yeah, you feel like you're just you're bad at being human.
Yeah. You really inspired me to be more open about my ADHD and help stop the stigma.
Oh, that's great.
I'm glad. I really want you to try and draw something with crayons again. You're funny. How long have you been painting?
Today, about an hour. Well, we only just started actually painting, but I've only been doing watercolor since about 2009, 2010.
I think so, yeah. I think that's it. Yeah, 988 is the suicide and crisis hotline here in the States. So I just thought I'd triple check on that.
All right, blow dryer. Blow dryer.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on, audio. Go ahead. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting this. I have to scroll completely over to the other side of the thing, so bear with me on that one. makes me think your blow drying is actual hair. It's funny.
You got me back on?
I do.
Right. You know what? Now I'm realizing, Def Leppard for D, but I mean, Duran Duran is really...
Oh, but Def Leppard is
I know, Def Leppard's like my favorite band.
Would you ever consider traveling to the north of England? Yes.
Yes.
We also want to do Scotland and Ireland and Wales. So there you go. As a matter of fact, our list of places we've been pales in comparison to the list of places we want to go. That blow dryer needs a new sticker.
It's sitting right here.
He hasn't put it on yet.
I haven't put it on.
Scott does not like neon paint, so I don't think he would want to. Oh, 014 is the number for Mexico, if anybody needs the number for Mexico. I have ADHD and a massive amount of anxiety issues. I feel you. Sometimes I feel overwhelmed and scared, but when I do, I just sit down and watch your videos and I'm all better. Oh, that's so sweet. I don't have ADHD, but I understand your anxiety issues. Anxiety is a thing. It's a thing. I hope you find something that helps you calm down. What camera do you use for streaming?
I am using a Logitech. What is it called? Brio.
There you go. Don't ask me. I have no idea. When I'm doing art, I have trouble with distractions. I don't know how to tune everything else around me out or not get frustrated about it, and I feel like it throws off the focus.
Headphones help.
I have imposter syndrome when talking to some of my friends because they're still friends, but they're going in two different directions and I'm going in a third. That's a hard one.
Yeah, it happens.
You're allowed to go your own way, though.
Yeah.
You may have them as peripheral friends, or you may not
I
be
have
friends
a friend,
with them.
I have a friend from high school, my friend Dave, and we went in kind of not different, different directions, but not different directions. Like not in a bad way, but we just really didn't talk much for probably a decade or so, and then we just kind of reconnected, and now we're close again. So sometimes people just need to go through their own things. It could be starting a family, going off to college. The big thing is when someone gets into a relationship. When you get into a relationship, that's your whole world, and you don't have time for your friends, And that's hard when the other person's not in a relationship. You feel abandoned.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, blow dryer.
Oh, hold on. I'm going to come way over here now. Okay, go ahead. Oh, hey, Nixie is here. Let's see. Here we go. Do you have a favorite stop motion film?
Ooh.
The Red-Nosed Reindeer. Wallace and Gromit.
Wallace and Gromit was great. Artistically, I haven't seen it in a long time, but Kubo and the Two Strings was beautiful.
Yeah, that was very, very artistic. That was very pretty. I don't think you've ever put salt in your watercolor.
Yeah, we did in college to see how it works, and very interesting, but it's a little gimmick thing that you can do. It's just not something I need to do.
see. How do you recommend... Okay, this person says, hey, Scott, great to see you back. How do you recommend handling a really sticky kneaded eraser? I find it hard even getting it out of the container.
For me, that's time to get rid of them. I did a video on that, but my friend Leslie insists that she can clean them. And I think she's full of it. So I've threatened to, and she's like, totally send it to me, to send her my really, here, this is a relatively new one, right? This is my old one, and it is so gooey and sticky, and it's like...
Are we gonna put it in an envelope and send it to her?
I want to roll it around in some dirt or something before I do it. I want to make it impossible for her to...
You're terrible.
Yeah. Blow dryer.
Wait. Go ahead. Have you ever... Oh, wait a minute. Let me put this back on you. Have you ever tried any other outlets of art like crochet?
I've dabbled a little bit with clay, but not, seriously. I helped my son with his cosplay. I tried music, but not crochet.
I do. I knit. Let's see. Love your bracelets. I know they're often different places, but how long has it actually taken to collect all of them?
Well, the first one was 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
No. I think the first one was from... Well, we got it a little later.
Mm-hmm.
But
Valencia.
Yeah, so 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've only been wearing them for about 5 years.
Do you guys have fights as a couple?
Every day.
You're so cute. Yes.
Yeah.
We do. My Micron fine letter pens ran out. I've had them for a year now. How can I revive them?
Oh, I don't know if you can.
Buy a new one.
Yeah, I'm not... For me, I just find it easier and cheaper to buy new stuff rather than try to fix them. But that's just me because it's for me, this is the expense of being an artist. And so as a professional, you go, okay, this is an expense that I have to do. It's cheaper than the gas I would spend driving to a job every day, So for me, I'm not constantly buying art supplies. So when something fails, I just order one or I run to the art store.
What are your top favorite art mediums?
Watercolor and ink, gouache, colored pencils and markers.
Thank you for being vulnerable and real, both of you. It's a rare quality.
You're welcome. It's not easy.
It's not.
But you're welcome. But I've found it has really helped us understand a little bit more about us by putting it out there.
Yeah. And also if we can help somebody, or somebody can say, it's okay to be me. It's okay to be different. It's okay to feel the way that I feel. That's life. What are you doing?
I'm going to look up his eye color because they look like they're seafoam green.
Seriously?
It says blue.
I'll be doggone. Boy, there's some cute pictures of him. Jeez. Hey Scott, sometimes I really want to make art, but when I start to, I hate everything I make or can't find any inspiration to start. Do you have any idea on what I can do in this situation?
I create my own projects. Like this is going to be the alphabet, the 80s music alphabet. So A for Aha, B for Bon Jovi. I create stuff, or I'll do a Lord of the Rings journal, or I'll do hair journal, or I'll do 60 days of studying the masters. So for me, I do things like that. The other thing is to draw everything every day, to just keep a sketchbook and draw the world around you and journal. But there are a lot of things. I've got figure drawing. I've got draw everything every day. We've got, drawing the national animals.
60 days of studying the masters.
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff if you're having a hard time coming up with something. But you can really, like if you're really into Harry Potter or, anything else, you can do those things. I've done a Harry Potter journal.
You have indeed. Obi Mom Kenobi says, sitting quietly with people is nice too. Many words are not necessary for me.
Yeah.
It's true. Very true. I've been struggling with my chronic depression all my life, being medicated off and on and mostly consistently since 2013. I suffer imposter syndrome about it being okay. With that is just my brain. It's
something that a lot of people are struggling with.
Yeah.
You're not alone, and you need to just take the time that you need, get the help that you need.
And it's okay.
Yeah. Be kind to yourself.
It's okay. One thing Scott always says to me is everybody's dealing with something.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not neurodivergent, but everybody's dealing with something. The loss of a family member, the loss of a job, the death of a dream. Everybody's dealing with something in their life. Nobody goes through this life without dealing with the things that are associated with it. So
no one goes through life unscathed.
Exactly. So just be kind. Be kind to, it's like Santa says, kindness, just be kind to other people. That's a little bit of kindness goes so far. Holding a door open for somebody, saying good morning, smiling at somebody who might be having a bad day, helping somebody pick something up when they drop something, little things that aren't big things, but they might be a big thing to that person that day. If you don't mind me asking, what is Donna's job? Well, model extraordinaire.
Now that
the maker of the tea.
The clicker of the mute button.
The clicker of the mute button.
Because blow dryer.
Yes. And chief mourner of my dog who recently passed.
Did you click the mute button?
I did not.
I said clicker of the mute button. Blow dryer.
Well, I didn't know you meant right now. You didn't scream hairdryer. Well, there you go. How am I supposed to know? Clicker of the mute button. Good grief. Where do we buy our art, honey? What art stores do you buy your supplies from?
Blick and Plaza Art.
Yep. Scott, do you ever get angry?
Yeah, but for me, angry...
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't unmute you. Crap. Sorry, guys. I forgot to unmute him. Go ahead.
For me, angry is... I guess it looks more like disappointment. You know, so I don't get violently angry like Donna does.
Ooh, yeah, I'm a hothead, man. Hot head. Yeah. Oh, may your tea be hot and your scones be tasty. Thanks, Nicole. Let's see. We've been married for 30 years. Together for about 35. I don't know, forever and a day.
We met in 1988.
We did. A long time ago. He's never going to try oil paints. I mean, seriously, never. That's why we did a live a couple weeks ago with Bethany Primrose. She does all of the oil painting. Do you think in society it's easier to be vulnerable as a man than a woman?
No. No. It is definitely not easy to be a man and vulnerable. I'm hoping that will change, but someone who was born in 1967, whose father was born in 1929.
Honey, you were born in 68.
Sorry, yeah.
Esmeralda was born in 67.
Yeah, sorry. You know, that is just not in our makeup. And I'm hoping that a lot of the gender identities that are going on right now will help the next generation not have to deal with those roles of masculinity and femininity in that way, and that we can just be humans. But that is still very difficult to be vulnerable as an adult male.
I don't think it's easy to be vulnerable no matter who you are.
It's more accepted to be a female and vulnerable.
That's true. That's true.
You know?
Yeah, that's true. But I find that as a woman, if you are vulnerable, then you're seen as weaker. But then if you're a strong woman, then you're seen as, I probably shouldn't use that word.
Yeah.
Like
But
you know.
Just the video that I posted with my self-portrait, I had so many, you know, I'll call them boys, say, you know, you're not a man, were you low on testosterone?
Really?
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you know.
Because
I
are
showed
talking
some
about
vulnerability.
feelings and emotions?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what that says to me? That speaks volumes to the fact that those people that said that saw something in your video in themselves that made them feel vulnerable, and they didn't like that feeling.
Again, they're not mature people. That's why I call them boys. But,
no, but it
is what it is. It didn't hurt me.
No, but people shouldn't react to other people that way when people are being vulnerable.
But
it's stupid.
That's the, you know, the Andrew Tate wannabe kind of, you know, the ideal of masculinity is you're not allowed to have those kind of feelings. You're not allowed to have, show weakness, you know.
Yeah, but
that was what the question was.
I know. It's silly.
It is.
You know, it's silly because
it's
by nature,
it's the same kind of silly
you're human.
That a woman has to put up with about her looks when she posts anything. You know what I'm saying? It's the same kind of it's the roles that we were all put into by birth. And it sucks.
Yeah.
But like I said, I have faith that the new generation is going to change that and make the world a better place for people regardless of gender or identity.
Richard says, oh yeah, good job on the self-portrait. It's good to be introspective.
Thanks, Richard.
Yeah, it is. Who made you want to be an artist professionally?
A few people. My mom, my Uncle Ray was a professional illustrator. And then just artists that I idolized, but I really wanted to be the artist on Spider-Man more than anything.
You did.
All right, blow dryer.
Hold on. Okay, let me unmute. Hold on. Don't talk. Okay, now you can talk.
Background color.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I don't know. Are you going for the inks?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Let's go for blue to match his eyes. What do you think?
I would always say match the eyes. Scott loves watercolors. There's videos that Scott did on the National Animal Series where he drew fur. So check those out and that'll help you draw fur.
Ooh, that's really dark.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there you go. That's pretty.
There's a video on how to draw animals, and it references a book that I grew up drawing from.
Emma says hothead. That's the Italian side. It is indeed. There is no list of people he's going to draw. I mean, it's literally like a Post-it with one name on it.
No. I've got the first few.
Oh,
Remember?
That
so
may
Bon
change.
Jovi is tomorrow. Like I'm going to, so.
You mean Friday?
Well, no, whenever I do. But Bon Jovi's next, and then Cyndi Lauper for C.
Unless he changes his mind.
Yeah, I thought of The Cure, but,
Mm-hmm.
And then for D, I'm doing Duran Duran. I might do Def Leppard, but I think it'll be Duran Duran. And then E is either Eurythmics.
Oh my God.
Or Erasure or ELO. But
One Up Girl says, the year I was born was the year you two met. I feel so old. Oh my God. As a man, you are expected to appear as strong as you can. That has to change.
yeah.
Bethany says, when men are vulnerable, it is seen as brave. It is to some people, but to other people, it's not.
Blow dryer.
Wait. Wow. It's 10:30.
Yep. Let me just do a quick outline and
Let's see. Every time I try to draw, I get stressed and end up almost in tears by anxiety. I'm trying to draw every day, but I just can't. Any advice?
you're stressed out because you're trying to make it perfect. Try the 1 minute figure drawing. Try the draw everything every day. You're trying to make art instead of just drawing. Try journaling. Everybody, when they're young, they try to make a masterpiece. And you don't need to. This isn't a masterpiece. This is just doodling, And I'm doing it because it makes me happy. art should make you happy. It shouldn't make you stressed out. And it's that fear of it not being good enough that makes you unhappy. And don't put that on yourself.
You know what makes the mods unhappy? You shaking the ink bottle.
I didn't. I did shake it, but I didn't even open it because I had some.
And Emma says, by the way, it's looking awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Tell the people who you're drawing.
This is, oh my God, what's his name?
Morten Harket.
From Aha, the lead singer from Aha. If you guys remember the music video, Take On Me.
Making your skin color, do you need rose madder or does any pink work?
I'm sure any pink would work. You're going to get different results based on the pink, but...
Ellen says, make bad art on purpose. Morning, Ellen.
That's what I do. I go, yeah, I did that on purpose.
Yeah. See, this stinks. I did it on purpose.
I was trying to make bad art.
Yeah. Donna is not sitting behind him. I'm sitting to Scott's left at a desk. What brand and kind of paper are you using?
This is Arch's cold press watercolor paper. And the bumpiness is really bothering me. I
want
seriously...
the bumpy so that the watercolors will soak in, but I don't want so much bumpy that I can't use my pens and get a nice smooth line.
This is why I like the Be Creative. It's perfect.
You're funny. You are really funny. Scott's been on so many podcasts talking about how he got where he is and making the movies and doing all the things. So many podcasts. No, I do not make art as well. I write in a journal.
All right. I think I am done.
All right. Good to go. Well, thanks for being with us today, everybody. We greatly appreciate you waiting for us. And
here, hold on. I will.
Oh, sorry. What?
I will do the fun part.
That's the fun part?
Here we go.
There you go.
All right. Hey, I did it. I came back.
He's back.
And I did a live.
You did indeed. And we are so proud of you, honey.
Thank you.
Good boy. Good for you. All right, guys. Thanks so much for being here with us. And thanks for giving us the time to get Scott feeling better. And we will see you
hopefully on Friday.
All fall as well.